You know that old saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? Pretty cliche, isn't it? Well, that's because it's true. I'll get back to talking about life and lemons in a second, but for now, welcome to my new temporary studio. So much has happened since my last video. Let's get into it. Alright, so do you remember this video, Everything is Changing? That was posted just days after receiving news from my doctors that my broken spine wasn't healing as planned. Paired with a breakup, it was probably one of the darker times of my life. At that time, nothing was going the way I expected it to go. I'm not gonna go back. Right now. I felt like everything was spinning out of control. I felt shame, I was embarrassed, and things out of your control can get in the way of life, and that's really difficult. But it's how we respond to those difficult moments that make us human. They build your character. So in my darkest moments, surrounded by a constant barrage of lemons, I made this video. But working on stuff right now that has to do with everything I'm going through, and I'm gonna be sharing that process with you guys. You can truly turn any situation into a positive one. And sometimes, trust me, it can be very difficult. You need to maintain the positive energy that it's going to take to be resilient to those challenges. If you believe it, your body will physically find a way to make it happen. And when I'm in the bad place, when I need the most help, I do what I do best, and I bury myself in my own art. Back to our lemon friend here. When you think about lemons, you can't hide lemon in anything. Lemons are bold. When lemon is part of something, you have to announce it. Lemon doesn't take on the form of what it's mixed with, it changes the culture of what's around it. So, when we left off, I went to Oregon with nothing but an acoustic guitar, a broken heart, a broken spine, and time. And I just wrote songs trying to capture that very moment, that feeling. Just because we're done doesn't mean that I don't love you. The helplessness. My heart needed it. And what's really different here is that I shared in my process. Usually as an artist, you only share the end product, the fully produced song in the form of a music video. But at this time, on my Patreon, I shared clips of songs as I was writing them, in a way that artists typically don't, and I was sharing the stories behind them. The dirty, unfinished, raw, and vulnerable moments that would eventually, hopefully, lead to songs. But I found community in my transparency once I started sharing what I was going through. Every single week, I did a live stream to a beautiful community of people that knew everything I was going through, and I was sharing the songs as I was writing them. But it didn't end there. They began sharing their stories with me, with each other. My openness was the catalyst for the wonderful community on Patreon to start telling each other about their very own lemons. Cancer, obstacles, family problems, money problems, heartbreak, all of the real world stuff. They were there for me, but it ended up that they were all also there for each other. I have never written so many songs in such a short amount of time that means so much to me. In my last video, the soundtrack was the basics of a new song, From Gold to Rust, the first I wrote during my time of healing. The rest of the songs are the most vulnerable I've ever been as an artist. Well, From Gold to Rust is out now. A simple version of it is the way I wrote it, just with an acoustic guitar and a vocal before I produce it out any further. It will come out publicly when I'm ready to share it, but for now it belongs solely to us, the FS family, over on Patreon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right now I'm between two places. What's easy and what's right? And maybe I'm just scared of changing and starting a new life.
And let's talk about where I am now. When I got back to LA, I needed to find a place to live. That was my first priority. I saw 25 houses in 3 days. I hustled. This was my favorite. I got it. So welcome to my backyard, welcome to my house, welcome to my studio, welcome to my future studio, welcome to my bedroom, welcome to my hammock, welcome to my patio, welcome to my hallway closet, welcome to my fern. Life is looking up. I'm still taking some L's, but I know that throughout all of the challenges, everything has to go down before it comes up. But when it comes up, it's gonna go higher than it's ever been before. Oh hey, I have a lemon tree too. And that actually brings me back to the point of this video. To everyone watching this, if you believe in my music, if you believe in my purpose to make a difference in the world through my art as a leader for the fact that it's okay to not be okay, and that through the ups and the downs, everything will work out because we're all in this together. If you've been there and you're fighting through something or you already have, I have a community for you that's filled with honesty, openness, and love, united through music and is making an impact in each other's lives. I have a community for you. Join my Patreon family. Every single person there is united by the same ideal in a message that is so much bigger than ourselves. Patreon is not just about putting equitable value to artists and the impact that they make on the world. It's so much bigger than that. It's about a community around a message. And for me and my family, it's one of truth, vulnerability, and the fact that you don't have to be alright all the time. It's okay not to be okay. There's a great community there that will welcome you with open arms, and there's a lot of cool content waiting for you. I can't wait for you guys to hear Gold to Rust. I can't wait for you guys to hear all the rest of the music. And I have a few more songs inside here that I haven't had the opportunity to pull out yet that are a part of this collection of work. I recognize the power in the art. I want to do something so much bigger than myself. This is something you want to be a part of. And I desire to be a part of the lives of people that understand that there's a fire inside of them and that no matter what hardships you face, never give up. It's cliche, but it's true. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
My world keeps spinning, can't see it from inside. Oh, I don't have to be alright. No, I don't have to be alright. I'm gonna go to Rust.
How am I supposed to film an entire video with lemons without doing this? It's not that bad. It's okay. It's a little bitter.